Well, well, well. Hello. Hello. I really hope you can hear me. Anyway, hello, everybody. This is Wegovy Steph, finally back home. And let me tell you how I'm feeling. So, remember, I told you about the 220. And, oh, excuse me. And I always yawn when I get on here. I don't understand that. But I've been watching what I've been eating. So I told you the last thing I ate was some um, crawfish. It was a combo shrimp crab etouffee. It was delicious, by the way. And I felt great eating it. But I got home today and I'm like, what is that? And I had to remember crawfish etouffee has rice. So I did have a little bit of rice, like maybe four bites of it, 4 5 bites of it. And now I think I'm paying for it a little bit. So what I'm going to do at the top of the hour, I'm going to do a cleanse. Um, and the reason being because I haven't done a cleanse since I was back in Texas, and I think that just occasionally, not a lot, just to clear out any type of junk and reset. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be going back on my protein shake regimen after I work out. So prior to moving, I had been doing, the protein shake in the morning, but I feel like, oh, excuse me, I think I did very well without it. And the one thing that I do want to do is give myself enough calories to fuel my workout, or give myself enough calories for after I work out, so that my body isn't trying to cannibalize any type of gains that I have by lifting weights. Okay. So, I have got to create a pre-recorded video so I can show you pictures of what I used to look like when I was heavy into working out and kind of going in the direction of possibly competing in a master bodybuilding competition. I kind of had that as my North Star, and I had lost, excuse me, 90 pounds. This is about 10 years ago. And I won't reiterate the whole story on how I got back in this shape, but my goal is to get back in that area, and maybe not to compete, but at least, be at that weight and that size, right? So cool. So I moved my setup into this bedroom. So this is a temporary situation for me. So it's kind of jam packed. You see my purse in the background. I'm kind of looking here at this other screen, and you see part of the bed here. But hopefully within the next 5 to 6 months here, I can change that situation and hopefully be in a home. And I mean, I'm in a home now, but I want to be in a house, right? So anyway, yeah, just really want to kind of give you some information as you think about taking Wegovy and then what you should be eating, right? Again, I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I strongly urge you to consult with your physician, your nutritionist, endocrinologist, anybody who is making the medical kind of creating that pathway for you, and discuss this with them. But what I have found, and I said this in some of my very early videos, is that the number one thing that will help most people get rid of weight is sugar. Like, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Like, Americans are addicted to sugar. Sugar is a drug, and sugar can kill your nerves. Sugar just creates so many problems. Yes, it tastes good. Yes, it gets that brain, like, it's just like, sugar. But as you age, you can end up with some pretty serious issues. eating a lot of sugar. So it's best to get that under control. And if you haven't, or you're on Wegovy and you're trying to find ways to really help boost and get that thing going, again, cut sugar out, cut the flour out, cut the rices out, cut all that out. You don't have to cut out white potatoes. White potatoes are actually pretty good for you, but you shouldn't be, sour cream, butter, bacon, and eating 2 and 3 of them. But half of a baked potato, um, maybe with a butter substitute. I personally don't like a lot of butter because I don't like that slick feeling. But little salt, little pepper, that doesn't hurt, and it's not for every day, but occasionally. But getting rid of those things has definitely contributed to me uh, losing weight. The other thing I would tell you is really just the activity. Once I started getting into a routine of hiking in the morning, I could see the pounds just melting off. Now, Wegovy was definitely helping, but adding that activity in, feeling good, and sticking to it has really put the icing on the cake. And voila, here I am. So the other thing too, and this is really for my women friends out there. Now, I don't know if there's any guys. I'm sorry, I haven't gone through to see the names of the subscribers, and I wouldn't know whether you're male or female. But the truth of the matter is, for women, a lot of times we want to go to the gym and do cardio because we think that that's the only way that we're going to get get that weight off and everything. Yes, cardio is good for you. It will get your heart rate up. But once you get your heart rate up, which usually takes 10 to 15 minutes, I say go 20 if you want to. And this would be my recommendation when you get into the gym. Stretch. Make sure you stretch out really good. And then take yourself a nice brisk walk at a speed of 3. Put a little incline on it, maybe to 4 or 5. And do that for like 15, 20 minutes. It's going to get your heart rate up. It's going to start that furnace burning, right? And then go lift. And when you're done, get back on the treadmill and do another 15, 20 minutes or so to close it out. Keep that blood flowing through the joints. Keep your muscles nice and warm. And then stretch when you are all done. And when you're done with your workout, and you're walking and everything, for me personally, that's when I drink a protein shake. Now, studies have shown over the years that there's no longer really a window. So before I used to adhere to the strict, if I worked out, I was home in 20 minutes so that I could beat that 30-minute window and get that shake in, right? Because the muscles were losing. And I used to do a glucose powder, right? More sugar, but do a glucose powder because glucose uptakes the protein into the muscle. And my muscles would feel full. They would feel hydrated. I don't even know how to describe that, but it was like if you drink something really, really cold and you get that little shiver on the inside, like it's like to your core, like having that protein shake within that window would make me feel like that. It was like refreshing deep down and just be like, ooh, but studies have shown over the years that is no longer necessary. Instead, you can drink your protein shake whenever you want to. So I have seen people drink their shake before they work out because they want energy going in. For me, I may go back to what I used to do, and I would drink a cup of black coffee with a packet of Splenda and the no sugar what is it? The International Coffee's French vanilla flavoring. I would get one of those little cups, a pack of Splenda, put that in. Gas station coffee. There's a gas station in my neighborhood at the time that I was doing all this working out that had the best coffee. They just, every morning I would be there 4 o'clock in the morning, and it would be fresh pots of coffee, and it was absolutely delicious. I would drink that, and I would eat Cliff Bar, the chocolate chip Cliff Bar, and then I would go work out. And that, I felt at the time that was good to sustain my energy through the workout. And I just drank a lot of water, and I would drink amino acids. So I'm a big fan of Extend, who makes a great amino acid blend. I would put a scoop of that and sometimes 2 scoops in a gallon of water, and I'd work out, be drinking that, drinking. And then when I get home, that's when I would have a protein shake. Believe it or not, it seems like it was a lot of calories, but I use my Fitness Pal to track my meals and to track my workout. And so I would always look at what I set my calories for the day. And my calories at the time for the day, I always wanted to hit 2,000 calories. Um, and so the way that that worked out would be, I think it was 60 some grams of protein, and it was like 20 and 20 of carbs and fat, right? Something like that. I forget the exact ratio, but the working out and getting my steps in, I was getting like 40,000 steps a day, it felt like. Um, I could calculate my calories in, my workout would be taken into consideration with what I had allotted myself during the day. And what I found was that most days I still had calories left. And so here's a big thing. So, and I, again, discuss this with your doctor, discuss this with your nutritionist or whatever. But I found that when I didn't do calorie counting, where it was like what I was eating, okay, weigh that, look up a chart and see how much, these 10 P's were or something like that, versus I have 2,000 calories to spend today, and I have my macros broken down: protein, fat, carb, right? Those three macros, those are large nutrients that the body functions on. I would calculate that out. And then, as long as I didn't go over any of the categories, and as long as I didn't go over the overall caloric intake for the day, I would lose weight. And actually, the working out was filling me out. So here's that thing I wanted to kind of really touch on was, women, I need you to get out and lift weights, okay? Don't be scared to pick up something. There used to be just a short little saying years ago, we used to say in the gym, pick up heavy things, right? Pick them up, push, pull, do those dynamic movements, again, with the advice of your doctor, so that your body, now listen, this is a really important word. You are never going to get bulky. You don't produce testosterone the way a man does. So you're not going to be all bulky and everything. But what you are going to do is start building muscles, and those muscles are going to give you the curves that you desire. Okay. So those muscles also will offset the fat. Okay. So it's really important to understand that when you're working out, right? My Fitness Pal is for me was great. Figure out how many calories are going to get you to where you need to be. And so for me, since I want to be 180, I'm going to set my caloric intake to be 1,900 calories, because remember what I said, working out, walking, eating right, most days I never hit my caloric intake. Is that necessarily bad? Not really. Now, if I set 2,000 calories for the day and I end up only eating 1,000, then we got some work to do, right? Because starving yourself is never the way. There were times where I would even meal prep, and I would eat just about 4 or 5 small meals a day. I was getting stuffed. I mean, really, really stuffed. And so I would eat like something every 2 hours. So after my protein shake in the morning, like 2 hours later, I might eat some grapes or an apple or a little, like, small little fruit cup, right? Because I like, something healthy, light, it's kind of like a treat. And then for lunch, I'd have a salad with grilled chicken on it. Lots of vegetables in there. And my favorite dressing, balsamic vinegar and olive oil, or red wine vinegar and olive oil. Just sprinkle that on there. Not a lot, but just enough to get everything nice and wet. And then all the other vegetables and everything that were giving me the flavor that I needed, right? And then 2 hours after that, I might have a rice cake with some all natural peanut butter on it. And then, at nighttime, I might have a small piece of, like, 4 ounces of steak. And I didn't do that often because I'm not really a steak eater, and that's why I crave it sometimes. But, just a small piece of protein, a piece of fish, some salmon, a bunch of sauteed vegetables with it, or steamed vegetables with it. When I would saute my vegetables, I would use avocado oil. I would use extra virgin olive oil, and I wouldn't make it greasy. It was just enough to make the pan where it was like nonstick. And that really, really, really helped me uh, uh, maintain my workout and my dietary intake in the right space, and then I started losing weight. And I'm going to tell you, and I want to encourage you for this reason: there is nothing like hitting your goals when you lose weight, and then you get in that favorite pair of jeans, that favorite pair of pants, that favorite top, dress, whatever, and then somebody sees you and they're like, "Oh." And when I would get into work, people would be like, "Dang, you really lost a lot of weight." And I was feeling it was the most energy that I've ever had in my life when I was going through that. But there is a little blow up of your head, right? There's something to tell you look good. I mean, I would start strutting in there sometimes, not for any other reason than I knew other people were noticing the work that I had done, and I was feeling good about it. Okay. So lift some weights, figure out that diet thing. That's the hardest part. And then let me slow down for a little bit. And I've addressed this before, but I want to go back and I want to talk to you about the life things that happen that cause us to fall on food as our comfort or a source of therapy, right? So I've had a contentious relationship with my mother for a very, very long time. And years ago, I recognized that when her and I would get into any type of argument or disagreement, what I would do would find the thing that made me feel good was go out and get something to eat. If I wasn't something wasn't working out in a relationship, I'm gonna go get myself something to eat. Something wasn't going right at work. Well, at least I got food. And see, it puts weight on you. Now, I know I'm not the only person that does that. Okay. Now, I also don't want anybody to feel bad. I want to set aside the group of people who are dealing with a weight issue because they have like a valid medical issue. And here's the other part about that: not a lot of people suffer from morbid obesity from like a standpoint where it's a genetic thing. There's not a lot. Americans like food. We waste food. We like food. We like to eat. We like to eat out. We like to take people out. It is the thing. As a matter of fact, everybody likes to eat food and they like to gather with their friends. But Americans have access to large amounts of all sorts of food, and we indulge ourselves. We treat ourselves when the very small things go right, or we use it again as our therapist when something goes wrong. If you are one of those people, what I would highly recommend that you do and really, really encourage you to do is just really, really get quiet. You need to be by yourself. Just give yourself 30 minutes, get quiet, away from the kids. You just kind of want to, I see somebody gave me a thumbs up. I don't know who it is, but yay. Thank you. What you want to do is just really think about the things that are triggering you. And then you want to ask yourself, why do I react to this trigger with food? Is that trigger something that I could handle by having a direct conversation with a person? Is that trigger that's happening a result of me not doing what I need to do to rectify the situation? Or it could be work related, where maybe you need help doing something, but maybe your pride's in the way, right? You won't ask and things aren't getting done. Is it something where you have decided that you're not going to change a character trait that could be harming your relationships, and thereby when you get into a disagreement with somebody, then you know what I mean? You go run the food. Like, I always look at it this way: if there's a character trait that you have, I want to say caricature, that's why I keep having trouble with that, but if you have a character trait that you've heard has been detrimental to your relationship management from several different people, and especially if it's from people who don't know each other, then the problem is you, and you need to fix it. When you dig your heels in and say you're not going to change, then you won't change. That's the best way to put it. So see, these things can contribute to the psychological things that cause us to go to food for comfort. Maybe you're somebody who's non-confrontational. You don't like disagreements. You don't like that. And so you become a person who's pushed over easily. And then you kind of go, why do they always why are they always getting on me? And then you go to food to comfort you. Maybe you need to grow a set. Maybe you need to be realistic about what's being said to you and say, hey, like you're not gonna be treating me this way. Whatever it is that you need to do to address those issues that are not necessarily, they're not food related, but they are causing you to run to food, thereby causing you to be in a situation where now you got to try to lose this weight. You've got to deal with those things. You have to. There's no way around it. But anyway, I really, really appreciate my 40, I think I got 48 followers. I love each and every one of you. I don't have to know you personally. It is who I am to tell you that I love you, because remember what I always say, love and care for yourself first and then love and care for each other. Well, I love me. I'm solid there. And so why not love you? I lose nothing by saying that I love you, and I lose nothing by sharing my journey with you or this information on how you can get some activity in your life, monitor your diet. There's some tools out there to help you, to get on track to meet your goals. Because remember, your Wegovy is only for a year. And so what you want to do, at least by the 6-month point, is have or start establishing the habits that will allow you to maintain a regular walking workout cycle after you're done with Wegovy, so that you can keep the results of your weight loss. Okay. So anyway, again, love and care for yourself first, then love and care for each other. This is Wegovy Steph. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Send it to somebody. Bring them on over. I'd love to speak to some of you. And that's all I got for you. So enjoy your weekend. Peace.